Pretty sure we're live now.
Oh, okay. Hello. I'm snowymoogle, and I'm your runner today for The Legend of Heroes Zero no Kiseki Bruhfish %. I also have my co-commentator here with me.
Yeah, I'm Dean, also known as Shinoa, and I'll be helping out with the commentary here.
Okay, sweet. So we should be able to get started. Are we good to go?
Indeed we are.
I'm gonna assume we are good to go. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the first question on your mind probably is, what is a Bruhfish? So the Bruhfish is a fish you can catch here in Zero no Kiseki. As you know, in many games that have fishing mechanics, they will usually kind of try and like throw in a fish that's like kind of filler, and it's only really there to prevent you from catching the fish you really want. But because of the face the Bruhfish makes, Trails fans kind of like fell in love with the fish. And there's actually lore behind what's happened with the fish, and there was kind of a little bit of a debate on whether or not the fish was pogging or bruhing. Eventually bruh won out, and now we have the Bruhfish category here, where our goal will be to catch the Bruhfish. Now, right here, we have basically formed the special support section, and our first goal is to just rescue a couple kids that went to go play in the sewers. And maybe once we do that, we'll get a little bit more info about how to catch the Bruhfish. Unfortunate encounter here, enemies will try and chase after you, and when we do get into encounters, if an enemy ambushes you, the escape chance is 0% and then goes up by 10% for every escape attempt. So it can be pretty annoying, but it's usually never too bad. Normally in 90% we grab most of these items. I'm only going to grab one of them here though. And here we have found one of the kids. We don't know where the other one is, so we're gonna go search for them as well. But here we're gonna come up to our first kind of big fight. Shin, if you would like to explain what we're gonna do.
Yeah, well, first of all, we'll just do the strategy menu where we want to position our party members properly, and second, we'll try to gather them all in one spot where a party member named Tio can hit them all. For every enemy hit by a normal attack, she will get 10 CP, and once she reaches 100 CP, she will be able to ask up, which will land a powerful attack that will finish off all the enemies on the field, or at least in the range. And
the slimes can attack the kid in the back, which is gonna force us to wait an extra turn on this. We don't want to have the children die in this fight, because if one of them dies, it's game over then. But there we go. Immediately once Tio gets 100 CP, she's able to use her S-Craft attack, which, as Shin was saying, basically just destroys all the enemies on the field. And you'll see a lot more use of S-Crafts throughout this run. Despite how short it is, it definitely relies a lot on using S-Crafts. They're very powerful, and with like pretty easy ways to restore CP at inns. Definitely has a lot of uses. Another thing we're going to see here is the movement. I haven't talked about it so far, but this game has a built-in turbo button that, when held down, makes the game run at 6 times the regular speed. And honestly, personally, I think it makes sections like this where you just have to move around and talk to people a lot more interesting, because as you can imagine, trying to play this game in 6 times speed maybe isn't the easiest thing. But over time, it's definitely something you will find yourself get better at when you're in this game. There we go.
Another thing is, another thing that works out with this game is you can hit enemies on the field. So when you're approaching an enemy, you can slow down the game, quickly hit the enemy, and just zoom with turbo through. Doesn't really work that well with the Sky games where you don't have a field attack to interrupt enemies. That's why I think turbo works. Max speed works really well for the Zero.
Yeah, if you've never heard of this game before, it is a part of the Legend of Heroes Trails series, which you may have also heard from the Trails in the Sky games or Trails of Cold Steel games. And Zero here is one of 2 games that takes place in between those 2 sets of games. And right here, we're just kind of supposed to go and talk to a bunch of NPCs. that are supposed to be helpful to us as the special sports section, except none of them really are going to help us at all in catching Bruhfish. So I don't know why we're talking to them, but we still do have to talk to them to progress the story.
Hey, story triggers, man.
Yeah. All this stuff about support requests, I don't know what this is about. We just want to catch Bruhfish. So we're gonna head back.
Maybe one of the requests is made by Bruhfish himself.
Yeah. In hopes that one of these requests will eventually help us catch Bruhfish, we're gonna go fulfill one of them. Oh my god. Yeah, turbo movement, a little tricky sometimes. Sometimes you go where you don't want to go. Here we just have to slay a giant bat that is in the same underground that we were in earlier. We basically just get to run straight through. There you're seeing what Shin was talking about earlier, where you can hit enemies on the field. And it just stuns them for a brief moment. And usually if you are planning out your movement well enough, it is good enough to get by them. Yeah, Shin, if you want to explain a big bat fight.
Yeah, for a big bat fight, it's pretty simple. You wanna wait for the bats to come to you, and then you just scam them with Theo and Randy, I think, yeah, Randy. And finish off the fight just by casting arts and large Ashcraft at the very end. At the same time, you wanna keep Randy alive. Wait, do you even care about this?
It doesn't matter.
I'm trying to think about any percent, but at this point, stuff like that probably does not matter.
Yeah. Experience matters a little bit in any percent at the beginning, but here in Bruhfish, we really don't have to worry too much about keeping characters alive. But right here, after we've done that, we're getting a call. There's a little scuffle going on downtown, and before we rest, there's actually one thing we don't do in any percent. I'm gonna unequip the HP 1 quartz from Tio. And give it to Lloyd, and that's going to give Lloyd a little bit of extra HP and give him access to a spell that can heal himself. We're going to see that used in an upcoming fight. It's like the one thing you have to learn if you know any percent, and want to run this. For this fight right here, we reposition Tio so that she can just S-craft and kill them all right there. Again, S-crafts are super powerful attacks. And also, I don't think we mentioned it, but resting at the end gives 100 CP to every character. And as long as you have 100 CP, you get access to your S-craft. So, ends are a super useful way to just get instant access to S-crafts. And because money is definitely not tight in this category.
Wait, something you're using the... I've just noticed you're using the Bruhfish cursor.
Oh yeah, this game has a lot of cursors you can use. Oh wait, actually I'll explain that in a sec. This one fight that's actually like exclusive to the Bruhfish category, where we're basically gonna sit here and tank a bunch of hits from Wildtooth. He wants to fight Lloyd. And Lloyd is literally just gonna sit back, tank hits, and then heal if he ever gets below, I believe it's 217 HP. And eventually this fight actually just like ends itself. We actually do not have to defeat Lloyd, we just have to outlast him. There we go.
There's a turn limit, forgot if it's 40 or 50 turns for this fight, probably 40.
Yeah, but after that's done, yeah, there's been a little bit of issues going on downtown, so we're gonna investigate why these two rival gangs have been fighting. But yeah, as Shin mentioned, the Geofut patch for this game includes a bunch of cursors, one of those being the Bruhfish itself. It's very nice we can run this category with this lovely cursor. It's definitely, yeah, there's a lot of lore behind what Bruhfish has been for the Trails community.
There's literally a whole history line I think you can find.
Yeah.
About the Bruhfish situation.
Yeah, there is a timeline for the whole history behind what Bruhfish like has done. Okay, and right here we're gonna finally sit down and discover what's been going on like with these two rival gangs downtown, and hopefully by determining what happens downtown, we can maybe find out where Bruhfish is. And this is actually one thing, like slight deviation from any percent. where we are going to call Randy instead of Ellie, because Randy right now has the largest AoE for his S-Craft. And I'm realizing right now, this might actually be like slightly slower because he died in the giant bat fight, but this should still be fine. Oh my god. Should be fine though.
Oh yeah. Poor Randy.
There we go, that fight's over. This fight is free in any percent. You literally just kill them with one S-Craft because you were, because of some tricks, you get very over-leveled early on. But right here, we kind of just use Randy, and Randy's S-Craft also burns the enemies, so every time they take a turn, they lose like, I think it's like 18 to 24% of their HP, which helps a lot. And after a quick cutscene here, we actually did get a report that someone knows the whereabouts of Bruhfish, and they're all the way over in Armorica Village, so we have to head over there. And this section is actually, if you're used to running any percent, this section is actually harder than any percent, because the way enemies work on the field is they will chase after you if you're like roughly equal or lower level than them. Which is what they're gonna do here. In any percent, you would be like much higher level than these enemies. Oh my god. Luckily it's not, again, not too bad. These enemies aren't too threatening. But it is much harder to avoid these enemies on the field here. Oh my god. And Turbo is not, sometimes very tricky.
Might want to consider using those smoke grenades when you get ambushed.
Oh.
Wait, unless you didn't grab them,
I did not grab them. We don't need items in Bruhfish. Yeah, so I'm definitely just gonna slow down a bit when we approach like the enemy spots. Enemies usually just kind of patrol like a certain radius. But where they spawn within that radius is random. So we kind of know like roughly where they're gonna be, and we'll just like slow down when we approach that area. Luckily, that's it for enemies for the rest of the run now. So right here in Armorica Village, the mayor's telling us someone here in this town knows where Bruhfish is, but we don't know who. So we're gonna talk to everyone in town to see who knows about where Bruhfish is.
Doing some true detective work here.
Yeah. Again, we are the special sports section. We're supposed to like be detectives for the police and like help people out with random issues. We're gonna talk to the fisherman here. And he's actually going to give us the tools we need to catch the Bruhfish, and he's going to let us know that Bruhfish is all the way back in the harbor district of Crossbell City. So we're going to head back there. We need a ride though, so we're going to quickly talk to Harold? Harold, yeah, that's his name. And he's going to be very kind and give us a ride back to Crossbell City, where we'll finally catch the Bruhfish. And this point is very annoyingly like RNG heavy, so hopefully it works out. I don't know the exact odds of catching Bruhfish, but usually it doesn't take more than like a minute or two.
Well, you have enough time.
Yeah, the estimate definitely takes it into account. Let's see. Now we just fish, and yeah, time will come up whenever Bruhfish appears on screen. Oh, never mind, I can't fish. Nope. No. Funnily enough, the Bruhfish is here to prevent us from getting other fish, but when we're trying to catch, oh, there we go, that's time. We caught the Bruhfish.
Congrats on the war record.
Yeah, that is the Bruhfish run, which is basically like yeah, it is essentially like the first like 15-ish minutes of any percent. But yeah, that is the run. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to check out any other like Trails speedrunning, we do have a Discord that is linked on the Zero No Kiseki speedrun.com page, or I believe like any other Trails speedrun.com page. So if you want to check out the community, it's a lot of cool people and there's a lot of cool runs. Yeah, please consider checking out, and Thank you so much for watching this run.